speaking and said, as he is, so are we, not in heaven, in this world. Because they mirrored Christ in a way that they were exactly like him. As he is, so are we in this world. Paul was speaking in 1 Corinthians 11 verse 1. He said, be ye followers of me, as I'm follower of Christ. So if you follow me, even if you don't hear Jesus, you will arrive at Jesus' destination. I'm exactly like him. He said, concerning virgins, I have no commandment from the Lord. He said, but I'm a man who is trustworthy. So what I speak can be reckoned to as the oracles of God. And what Paul said, and he also affirmed that God didn't tell him, became scriptures. What level of perfection is that? What level of oneness is that? What level of alignment is that? That was the level that the apostles were looking forward to attaining. Their goal was not to have followers. Followership is a byproduct of light. When your light begins to shine, he said the Gentiles will come to you. He said kings will come to the brightness of your rising. Those were not the things they were pursuing. What they were pursuing was to become like Jesus. So when you see them, they are exactly like Christ. Paul was talking about the believer, and Paul said, what has Christ got to do with Belial? Because as far as Paul is concerned, a man who introduces himself as a believer must have the stature of Christ. And in Ephesians 4:11, he said the reason God gave apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers is for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, until we all come to the fullness of the measures of the stature of Christ. Paul believed that every believer should come into the fullness of the measure of the stature of Christ. So when you come to church, we are all like him. That's why he calls us the body of Christ.